Hi guys, it's Mrs. Tucker. Yesterday we started learning how to input data into a graphing calculator, make the calculator graph it, and I'm not here today, so let's go back through all of that. We're going to pick up where we left off on the placemat problem, and I'm going to go back through the whole process of entering data into the graphing calculator just like we did yesterday. So here we go. Okay, we have done all of this, so let me go to the part where we're inputting our data into the calculator, because we're going to have to start from square one anyway. Okay, this is where we started off. You guys started taking notes yesterday. We should have already entered all of these notes here. Oh, let me back up. Let's start from square one in case someone was absent yesterday. Okay, to reset the calculator, we need to reset the calculator to clear out any previous data, equations, or etc. So what you're going to do is you're going to press second, mem will be written in yellow above the plus button, the addition button, 712. So I'm going to jump out of this and show you on my own calculator how to do that. Okay, I've got my calculator up and running, and you guys can see I've got some equations in here. If I go into, no, not that. If I go into this, you can see I've got some data in there, and I want to get rid of all of that stuff, so we need to reset the calculator. I'm going to hit the second button. Mem is down here over the addition button. I want to reset, so I'm going to hit 7. I want to reset all RAM, so I'm going to hit 1. And then I want to reset, so I want to hit 2. And you should get a screen that shows that. And then you want to hit enter and you're ready to go. At any time, you guys are welcome to pause this video so everyone can get caught up to the same spot. We don't want to leave anyone behind. All right, let's switch back over to this. To enter the table of values and let the calculator do the graphing, what we're going to do next is press Stat, and then we're going to choose one edit. So I'm going to press the Stat button here, and I want to do one edit. So let's press number 1. Next, what we're going to do, what you need to know is L1, that stands for list 1. L1 is the column for your X values, and L2 or list 2 is the column for your Y values. Okay, so jot that down. Pause this video if you need to. We are going to enter the number of guests X under L1. We're going to arrow to the left once and enter the cups of punch left in the bowl variable Y under L2. Make sure that each L1 has an L2 partner or it will not graph. If there's a blank in L2, you're going to get an error message. So here we go. Let's put all that data in. What you guys are going to do is our first X value was 0, hit enter. The next one was 1, hit enter. Then 2, enter, all the way up to 10. I'm going to do it the fast way here. Whoops. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Pause the video if you need to so that other people can catch up. Our Y values start at 40 and decrease by 2 each time. So 40, enter. 6, 4. Oops, what am I doing here? 36. Oops, I gotta hit enter. 36, enter. 34, enter. 30, enter. 28, 20, whoops, 26, 24, 22, and 20. Make sure that each L1 entry has an L2 partner or it will not graph. Okay, I'm going to see you guys in the next video. Graphing calculators part 2. Did you guys get all of your data input into your calculator? Make sure yours looks like mine. and that every x value has a y value. All right, let's switch back over to our notes. Now, here it says to graph the data that you entered into the calculator. I want you to write this down. Press second stat plot. And the word stat plot is in the far upper left-hand corner above the y equals button. So here is my second stat plots right here, second stat plot. All right. Choose option, write this in. You want to choose option 1, plot 1. It says the off is highlighted. I want you to highlight on by hitting enter. So I'm going to choose option 1, hit enter or choose the 1. And right here it shows that my plot is off, but it's blinking on. I want to turn it on. Okay? And it shows that we're going to be making a graph of just the individual points. My X list is in L1, my Y list is in L2, yep. And I'm going to make little squares for my points, all right? So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to press graph. Your graph button is right here, far upper right-hand corner, press graph. And that's what we get, okay? Here is your origin right here, and each tick mark is currently set at 1 unit. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's positive 10 on this end. If you count backwards, that tick mark right there is negative 10. If you count the tick marks this way, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, Y goes up to positive 10 and down to negative 10 right here. Okay? So why can we not see the data? It says currently, on your notes, it says currently each tick mark on the X and Y axis equals 1 unit. Why can you not see the data points? Why can you not see the data points? Think about that. Take a look at your data points. Go back to your placemat problem. Look at your X values. Look at your Y values. Why can you not see the data points? I hope someone's come up with this reason. Because your Y values are greater than 10. Don't your Y values go from a value of 40 all the way down to a value of 20? And if you look back here, our maximum Y value is 10. So our data is actually out of the range of our current window setting. So we're going to have to change our window setting. So in this section right here, it says resetting the window. We're going to press window, write that in on your notes. If you look at your X values, X min, or your smallest X value, is 0 in your table. If you look at your Y values, your smallest Y value is 0 in your table. So write that in. We want to set X min at 0 and Y min at 0. X max is our maximum X value. What is our maximum X value? What is our maximum Y value? Look at your tables. Okay, our maximum X value is 10. I think I'm going to set it at 12. Thank you, ma'am. Our maximum Y value was 40. I'm going to set it at 42. That's just my window settings. And this Y SCL means the scale, or how do you want to increment your tick marks? So on the Y scale, on the X scale, I want each tick mark to be worth 1. On the Y scale, let's set each tick mark to be worth 10. So let's go in there and change our window settings. You're going to press window. Your X max or your X min is 0. Arrow down. Your X max is 10. Arrow down. Y min is 0. Whoops, I wanted to put in an X max of 12. Let's make that 12. And we're going to make this 42. And all right, graphing calculator basics. I think this is part 3. I think we left off here. We were putting in our scale for our y-axis, and I said set that at 10. Okay, so our x min 0, x max 12, our x scale, we're going to increase by 1 each time. Y min 0, Y max 42. Our Y scale is, it's going to show tick marks at every 10 units. Now hit graph. And there's our data. There's the data that we had graphed by hand on our own. Okay? All right. Next step. I want to connect the dots with a line. I'm going to press Y equals, and now we're going to enter the equation that you wrote on the first page. We're going to put in Y1 equals 40 minus 2x. And the Y equals is in the upper left-hand corner, so press Y equals, enter 40 minus 2x. To get the variable x, you're going to press this button that looks like this. All right? Do that and then press graph and let's see what happens. So let me switch over to my calculator. I'm going to go in here to Y equals, and there's my Y1 equals. I'm going to put in 40 minus, use the subtract button, not the negative button. Subtract button's over here on the right-hand side. 2, and then x is this button here, 2x. So there's your equation that you wrote in your placemat problem. Let's hit graph. And now it's graphing a line. Yay for us, we've entered an equation. All right. Next step, you guys can stop this video, pause it anytime you want to. I want everyone to get caught up to this point. All right, now you can answer these two questions. How long will it take to empty the punch bowl? If you look at your calculator, my graph doesn't go all the way down to 0. I want to see at what point the punch bowl is empty. I want to see where my Y value equals 0, and it doesn't go out that far. So what I need to do is I need to change my window setting. So I want you to write in, we're going to press window, and we're going to increase X max to 22. Let's press window, change our X max to 22. So press window button right here. We're going to go down and change our X max to 22, and let's regraph. There we go. Each tick mark is worth 1, and if you count all the way out here, that should be an X value of 20. All right? Another thing I want to show you. Do you guys see right here where it says table? Oh, and that's this part right here. Let's fill this in. The calculator can use the equation that you put in to create its own table. Oh, and the punch bowl will be empty after 20 guesses. Yeah, I forgot to write that in. Calculator can use your equation to create its own table. You're going to press second table. The calculator will recreate your table using the equation you entered. So we're going to go to second and press tables in yellow on your calculators. Second table. Now this table is not the list that we entered. The calculator is using your equation and choosing values of x and calculating your y's. Okay? Part B right here says use the down arrow key to find how many guesses it takes to empty the punch bowl. How do you know the bowl is empty? Okay, let's use that down arrow key. Here we're up to 10 guests. We still have 20 cups left. How do you know when the bowl is empty? Tell me again, how do you know the bowl is empty? Yeah, we don't have any cups left in the bowl, so Y equals 0. Y equals 0, took 20 guests to empty the punch bowl. That is not your bell. I want you to arrow back up to an X of 0 and keep using your arrow button. What do you see? Okay, so we're going to arrow back up. Arrow up. All right, keep arrowing up. Sorry, I ran out of video in that last one. I use this program called Jing, and it only lets me take 5 minutes of video. Keep arrowing up. Oh my gosh, what's happening there? What do you notice? What do you see? Yep, you find negative x values. Calculator doesn't know what x values you want to use, so it uses everything it can possibly think of. All right, guys, these are your notes on the graphing calculator project, or just on graphing calculators in general. Project is in algebra. I want you guys to keep these notes because we're going to be using them all week. All right, I'll see you in the next activity.